Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are. I promised a second stream this weekend, and I will follow up on that right now. I am very close to reaching affiliate. While I don't really want a good evening delivery guy. Thank you for joining. I was in the middle of a sentence. Let me finish that sentence first. I'm very close to reaching affiliate, and while I'm not really someone who needs like the advertisement money or anything, it is a fun goal to aspire to. And with 3 streams, I need like one more stream where I have an average viewer count of like 3, which, you know, easier said than done, and you need to be entertaining for that. I hope to be today. But that's gonna be tough because today is very much a calcing stream, which is the most boring part of RnB, and usually the part I do off stream because I tend to get very quiet. So hopefully I can remain entertaining. I'll put some bells and whistles on the stream if I'm starting to get quiet, I guess. And also, like, hey, fun playlist. You know, maybe that's enough. Have like a fun, calm playlist to listen to while you hear someone rambling about damage ranges and shit. So, where are we on this game? Where are we in general? We are about to take on the second to last fight of Seafloor Cavern. Of Aqua Admin Courtney. Aqua Admin Courtney is fought in missy terrain, and with them starting with, say correctly, Auroravale, having your damage until you break it with Psychic Fangs, Defog, Brick Break. I currently have a line planned, or I had a line planned that was contingent on a very specific situation. I can still get that situation off, but I might need to adjust slightly. That is all a lot of vague terms, so let's go ahead and take a look at the calculator. I will also just put this one just at ready. So, what is the plan? The plan is to use Orginally as a meat shield to take on the Topafini, and to then lose its life to Hawlucha. In doing so, it transfers a Sticky Barb to Hawlucha, meaning Hawlucha's damage is neutered, and it's slowly taking damage. From there, I was going to use Choice Banded Dragapult to take it out, because after one Sticky Barb tick, Dragon Darts always kills. Actually, that reminds me, does Sticky Barb transfer? Sticky Barb, does it transfer even if you get KO'd? The Pokemon holding the same with Contact Move. Pokemon using... Yep, it does. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Because then Orginally, who can Mirror Coat Topafini at level 89, it has just enough HP to always bait Nature's Madness and kill it with Mirror Coat. Hawlucha comes in, will always go for close combat or acrobatics because the Missy terrain is up, and therefore the Missy Seed will be consumed. He'll be a +1 Spadef, and after one Nature's Madness, and a tick of the Sticky Barb, I will be in guaranteed acrobatics range and guaranteed CC range. Both of those make contact, so Orginally goes down, transfers the Sticky Barb to Hawlucha. And I was going to use Dragapult Choice Band there, because Dragon Darts will then just kill. Same with Gengar. Gengar thinks it can live, but it cannot be... it thinks it can live because it has a Focus Sash. It cannot because we hit 2 times. But then, I thought Darmanitan would come in. No, Kyurem will come in. And that breaks the line. Now, Gengar is still KO'd if we give Dragapult a Life Orb. And if Hawlucha does CC to kill the Cradily, we would also be fine. But in order to make this line fully work, we need to have Dragapult either come in after a kill, or come in on close combat, or Sword Dance. And that is easier said than done. From there, like the end game of this fight looks like, oh hey, I will use, where are you? I will use Golisopod to take the Icicle Crash, go to Sneasler who's faster and Brick Break kills, baiting in Slowbro going for Psychic, and then I can use, and I was gonna eventually Encore it into, Calm Mind by using a Frozen Slowbro. But now, of course, I don't have the tools for that anymore. Because Dragapult needs to come in some other way. Or I need to guarantee that Hawlucha CCs. Actually, I don't need to use Sticky... No, I need Sticky Barb because I will not outspeed the +2 Hawlucha, and Acrobatics would kill it on crit. It's more so about reducing the speed than anything else. Avalok looks honestly kind of nice. But Avalok doesn't do shit afterwards. So, yeah. It's not really the option. Armaldo at 89 doesn't do anything useful for us either. And I was also looking at Slowbro, because Slowbro does get Brick Break. But Brick Break, of course, makes contact. So, not to mention... because then I could just still use the Choice Band Dragapult. The other issue with that is that I was using Slowbro pre-frozen, and then I cannot do that. To give like further context of how the rest of this line was supposed to work out. I already explained how the Feeny works. That one was pretty simple. Hawlucha works, pretty simple. And how Gengar works. Gengar is chain killed. If Darm comes in, I can just go Golisopod, go Sneasler, get the kill. But if Kyurem comes in, I could in theory switch in Sneasler on an ice move, or maybe... No, because I cannot bring Sneasler in straight. Because if this... Wait. If this has an item... Let's not do Assault Vest, let's just do Armor Fossil. I am never in Earth Power range. Which might give me some solutions. Because then I could... Oh, but it's freeze... It might be Freeze Dry, and I cannot take that with Golisopod. That's the issue. Except I could use Salazzle as a one-time switch. I have no item equipped for that, and I was going to use Salazzle to stall out the Slowbro. And then I have the option to use Golisopod to take an Earth Power. No, because Ice Beam crit would still put me in Ice Beam and Freeze Dry range, therefore killing the line entirely too. So none of that works. So I need to find like something new. I need to find something new, preferably probably where I break early, or where I can bring in Dragapults early enough to where I am able to use Life Orb instead of Choice Band, because then I can still bait in Darmanitan going for Ice Crash and complete the line the way I had intended. Maybe if I can have maybe if there's a way for Slowbro to be handled by just one Mon, that could work. I do know that Mega Ampy at level 89 outspeeds and KOs with Thunderbolts. Speed ties. Okay, but Choice Specs Ampharos also does a trick. Problem is he baits Earth Power, but or maybe even random move. Not to mention, Ampharos can just not switch in on Mega Slowbro because the crits will kill. That's why I was considering the whole Encore strat there. So yeah, I'm now one slot short of making this work. The only thing I could think of doing is to use Slowbro for a turn, but that could bait Stone Edge, or it's to use something else besides Slowbro, because I use Slowbro because Slowbro resists both Water and Psychic, but maybe I can just use something else to stall a turn, bait a CC, which gives me the extra turn to make Phantom Force a kill. Because I would transfer to Sticky Barb, which is turn 1, then have something else come in which will bait Close Combat or Sword Dance, and then go to Dragapult, which is tick 2. Then I go on that same turn, I go to Dragapults, and then I Phantom Force, giving him a third tick of the Sticky Barb, and meaning Phantom Force would kill. So, and then I can still bait in the Gengar, so something like that. That was the way I saw to solve it. Using like a Frozen Mon. Wait a minute, I am so dumb. This entire thing still works, I just need to do a Slowbro pivot in the middle, because a Frozen Slowbro, because it is in Auroraville, will never show a Future Sight kill, thus he will always go for Sword Dance. Is that true? Because he is technically incapacitated, right? Yeah, no, Hawlucha is not considered incapacitated, so that still works. Holy shit! This entire line still works. I just need to do two tiny adjustments. I did not expect that. Clicks Acro CC. 07 Credilli, Sticky Barb to Halu. One Sticky Barb. Slowbro in baits. Guaranteed SD. 2 Sticky Barb. Wait, can you repeat what you were worried about again? I wasn't locked. Okay. The issue here is what I'm worried about is that because Hawlucha is holding a Sticky Barb, that it will not go for Sword Dance because it considers itself incapacitated or whatever. It shouldn't. And with one tick of the Sticky Barb, he's not so in Future Sight range, especially with the +1 Spadef boost. So for all intents and purposes, a Frozen Slowbro, which doesn't show a kill, even if Hawlucha has a Sticky Barb, will always bait Sword Dance. If that is true, this line is solved, and it only requires me to sack Cradilly and my Sticky Barb. Which, there's one more fight that I know the Sticky Barb will be useful for, but this one is scarier. probably scarier. Does Frozen Slower have a kill on Lucha? No, because of the Spadef boost from... because of two reasons. Hawlucha has a Spadef boost, and the Aurora Veil is still up. I've not cleared the Aurora Veil yet here. So, Future Sight at most, as you can see, deals 51%. Assuming, like, I put it -2 because the Aurora Veil doesn't work, but this is effectively the same thing, right? I don't show a kill. I at most show 50% damage, and that will never be enough to kill. Oh yeah, then I think it should still SD as long as you don't have a fast 2-shot or kill. I don't. So, I'm 99% sure that this works. I'm 99.999% sure that this works. Yeah, no, this all AI logic that I know should indicate that this works. I don't show a 2-shot, I don't show a kill, a slow 2-shot or a fast kill. I just show good damage through the Aurora Veil, but he knows he has Aurora Veil, so he shouldn't see me having Future Sight kill ever, even though there's a Sticky Barb. So that gives me a free switch into Dragapult. I can do Phantom Force instead. I could do Pulse in on SD. Two Sticky Barb and Dragon Dart's kill rather. P Force kills with Sticky Barb damage. 3 Sticky Barb. Because this is 37.5%. It's about this-ish, a little less, but 37.5 means he will be at 62. Actually, it's a little more than this, right? He will be at 62-ish%, so Phantom Force is an easy kill. I take 1 tick of Life Orb damage. I will be in Shadow Ball range from Gengar, so Shadow Ball Gengar comes in, he doesn't see that I can kill it. Same way it works with every Focus Ashmon. Dragon Darts, bye-bye next. I don't show a kill into Galarian Darmanitan, so Dragapult actually baits in the Darmanitan, only going for Ice Cold Crash because I have had 2 ticks of Life Orb, thus I'm not in U-turn range. I can then go to Golisopod on the Ice Cold Crash, which I can then emergency exit to Sneasler, and his Brick Break kills Darmanitan. Baiting in Slowbro. Slowbro will always go for Psychic, because Psychic sees a kill like 2 times over. He will Mega Evolve. I will go to Slowbro. I have an Assault Vest, so that even if Psychic were to crit and Spadef drop, I will never show a Psychic kill, and thus he will always go for Calm Mind. I can go to Salazzle on the guaranteed Calm Mind. Encore it, stall it with Toxic. He's not going to switch out for a couple turns. By the time that he's on max Calm Minds, he should be below half HP, and thus I should be fine to Toxic. I should be fine to never see the switch in. Then I can eventually switch to Sneasler as the Encore ends, and then I will just hold a Muscle Band. That's for a different thing. But Fake Out or Knock Off or whatever. Kyurem comes in, I'm faster, and with a Muscle Band I KO win 1-shot with close combat. That's the plan. Are there any holes in this plan? First Mon. Guaranteed Nature's Madness. Highest damaging move, always. And Nature's Madness, 127 HP. I have more HP than Tapu Fini, so Tapu Fini goes down. Hawlucha comes in. Hawlucha will go for Close Combat or Acrobatics. Greatly sacrifices itself, and Sticky Barb should transfer. For all intents and purposes, from what I can tell, Sticky Barb should transfer. And if it does, Hawlucha will take 1 tick of Sticky Barb here. I can then go to Slowbro, who will... I need to say correctly, who will bait Sword Dance. Even though this shows a kill, he will be at +1 defense and will be at a +1 SPDEF, and will be effectively at -2 special attack because Aurora Veil is up. He will always go for Sword Dance. That is guaranteed. Then we go to Dragapult. And Dragapult takes a Sword Dance because Sword Dance does nothing. Phantom Forces away, which takes 2 turns. And then there will be 3 ticks of Sticky Barb damage. And Dragapult will then kill with Phantom Force. Gengar comes in. Gengar will come in because Gengar sees a slow kill, while we do not show a fast kill back, supposedly. Dragon Darts kills Gengar. Darmanitan comes in, will be at 80%, we only ever bait Icicle Crash. We can go to Golisopod on the Icicle Crash, we'll have him pre-damaged, so that we always emergency exit out, and we can go to Sneasler. Thanks to Brick Break being a beast of a move and him being adamant, Brick Break kills the Darmanitan before he can do anything. He's banded, not scarfed, so we are faster. Brick Break kills. There go the screens. Slowbro comes in. Slowbro goes for Psychic. I can go to my own Slowbro, who takes those Psychic with absolute ease, and even if it were to crit and SPDEF drop, I will always see a Psychic. Because that is just guaranteed. That gives me a guarantee on Calm Mind, because we pre-froze Slowbro so that we are incapacitated, and will always bait Calm Mind. There's no situation where it's not Calm Mind. Salazzle, we need to count those turns. We go to Salazzle on the Calm Mind. We Encore it, then it will be at +2. We Toxic it, it will be at +3. I'm gonna write that down with it. +1. Encore. +2. Toxic. +3. Encore Toxic here again. +4. Here he goes to +5. And this is a turn he goes to +6. Okay, so then he'll be below 50%. And he will never switch out because of that. Even if he does, what I could even do is on this exact turn. On this turn, I go to Sneasler already anyway, right? So it doesn't even matter if he then pivots out straight away, because then he goes to Kyurem, and I can just kind of try again. I can then just kind of go back to Slowbro again and do the exact same thing if need be. I'm not quite sure if I can guarantee that, but there should not, like, he shouldn't switch out because he's below 50%. I'm 99% sure that he should not ever switch out here because he's below 50%. 10 out of 16 is more than half. So he pivots Sneasler, and then knock kills, fake out kills with the toxic damage. It's more about bringing him in a turn early. And then we CC this, the Kyurem, and he goes down. I am pretty sure I didn't miss anything. And the only thing I'm losing is Cradily and my Sticky Barb. Is that a worthwhile sacrifice? Cradily is not that useful. Like, in general, I still have a good ground type. I don't have a good rock type anymore, but no, actually, no, that's not even true. I have 2 other good rock types. It's purely a matter of, could I do the Feeny in some other way? There is the way of using Mega Beedrill, but Mega Beedrill will bait in the Gengar, not the Hawlucha. Not to mention, Beedrill cannot hold that Sticky Barb. Is there another mod that could maybe do the 1v1 with Feeny? Base Ampharos with no additional ice, like with Thunder replaced by Brick Break, and like no, because Moonblast can lower SPDEF and everything. No, that's not an option. Torterra is like showing a fast 2-shot-ish, but in practice, that's not really gonna work either. I guess Torterra can stall a bit. And probably make it so I eventually bring him back to only clicking Nature's Madness. But then what? That doesn't even look reliable. Assault Vest Delmise. Yes, Power Whip shows a kill, but Power Whip can miss. And if I run Zoom Lens, I'm screwed. Not to mention, because if I Assault Vest, he will go for Nature's Madness. No, this doesn't work. No, I'm just gonna send this. This looks fully safe, and the only thing I sacrifice are two things that I think have run their course. Sticky Barb might, there's 6 more Acrobatics mons, I believe. So Sticky Barb definitely has its uses. But after this one, there's only one more Hawlucha, and it's like Veto. It's Windstrike Veto. At that point, I should probably be able to sacrifice something, bring in something else, and handle it that way decently safely. Looking at just as a simple idea, it's Psychic Terrain, right? So if it's Psychic Terrain instead of Misty Terrain, even though he gets this Bedef boost, hey look, a Slowbro does it. And at that point, I could technically have a Mega Slowbro. So I don't even need to be afraid of crits. If I don't want to. I'm not sure if I will have Slowbro at this point. I might. Probably not though. But regardless, this interaction still works even if Slowbro isn't Mega. Because this into this is not a kill. There might be some scenarios where it's going to be an issue, but in practice, Slowbro versus Hawlucha works, right? Only if I come in on Sword Dance, I might be in trouble. I will be in trouble, but I shouldn't be. I should be able to not come in on that. If I can make sure that I bait like a CC, then I should be fine. So I'm not worried about that specific Hawlucha, and the others didn't look that scary, so I should be fine to sacrifice a Sticky Barb as well. The fact that I'm talking about Sticky Barb more than Cradily also shows a bit of how valuable Cradily is for me. But I think that means we are ready to go. I did not expect to send this as quickly as I did. I saw them, I knew the Mirror Code strategy. I already knew that ahead of time. I was aware that Mirror Code Cradily was a great answer to Tapu Fini. And I also knew that Sticky Barb was a good answer to Hawlucha. But putting those two together, I didn't think about yet. Okay. I'm gonna quickly tag G. G wanted me to tag him if I was gonna do these fights, so yeah, we should be ready to go. I'm looking if I need to do anything on the more technical end. God, these late game fights look so messed up. Yup. It's also a point in time where you have more tools, right? So yeah. Also, hi Mango, welcome to stream. Okay, who do we need? We need Ingo. We need Raihan. We need Will. Dude, I just woke up. Alistair is no longer needed. We need Brock. We need Roxy. That's it. Roxy. And let's move some items. You're out. That's gone. That is gonna be moved to you. G, welcome. You glad to see you as well. And Aggie, good morning. Hope you slept well. Welcome back. Okay, we are gonna be giving you, where is it? Probably a bit further down, but no, I already see it. Sticky Barb. Will is gonna be holding an assault vest that we need to grab. Thanks, Accurator. Been a while. Good to see you. Congrats again on beating LCR. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's see you, TDG. Sorry, TDG. I'm not quite familiar with that abbreviation, but yeah, thank you. LCR has been a while. Ah, okay. My bad. Sorry, I because you tagged me, I thought the whole thing was, yeah. Okay, we need Ingo to hold a muscle band. Actually, I have a second black belt, right? Might as well give him a black belt. Yeah. You need to Seafloor, genuinely incredible. Yeah, no, I am very happy with the fact that I did. I think, like, obviously my sights are set higher at this point, you know? Considering the sunken cost fallacy and like it being a good story and everything, you know? But yeah, honestly, like, I should also be very happy with how far I got. Get that now? You can see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Exactly. I'll take, but sushi sucks for me. Sushi, okay, I will say good sushi is always good, but average sushi, yeah, no, I get that. I want to make sushi myself once. Sounds like a fun thing to do. I like cooking in general, so yeah. Raw fish, yeah. If it's well prepared, then you can just eat raw fish. If it's salted, stuff like that, you know? I've eaten sushi before plenty of times. It's pretty good. Once ate some and almost threw up. I can understand that at least. Okay, Brock needs to go all the way to 89. I don't need any on Will. It's not for everyone, but sushi is so peak. Yes. I think my favorite... I'm not sure if sushi is like my favorite type of food, but it's definitely up there. It is very much peak for me. Okay, did we need to do any sort of relearning? I need to check if Ingo still has Brick Break. He does, that's all I needed to see. Let's check movesets in general. Nothing changed, nothing changed. I used to work in a Scottish coastal town and they had sashimi grade salmon. Used to buy that and make my own at home. That was genuinely incredible. I believe that wholeheartedly. Yes. Sashimi grade salmon? Oh wow. Okay, what about pineapple and piso? For me, it's the most fucked food ever. Okay, the most fucked food ever, I would not call it. But I am not a fan of pineapple to begin with, so putting pineapple on pizza, no please. But to be fair, I barely like tomato sauce on pizza, which is very, like, yeah. Sweet and salty. I don't really like that combination. Okay, yeah, it being overhated, I agree with. In general, people talk about it like it's a like crime against humanity, and I don't think it is quite that. I don't like it. I think it's gross, but I don't like pineapples, so that helps a lot. Sweet and salty is goated. I know it's a... I'm trying to think about it actually now. No. Sweet and salted... No, salted desserts, fuck those. Salted desserts are gross. Most fucked up is most likely something cooked up by the English. Jellied eel or something like that. Trying to think what would be the most fucked type of... Jellied eel is fucked. Jellied anything sounds kind of fucky, though. Trying to think what would... Like, I mean, there's the surströmming. That's the pickled herring. The fermented herring that is typically Swedish or Norse. Pineapple on pizza is like fine. I like it personally, but I get the hate. Salted chocolate is fire. No, it needs to be burned. Mango ball knower. Salted chocolate, I hate it. My wife hates it even more. Like the moment, like she's a sucker for caramel, right? So there were, before salted caramel became like a trend. The most flavors, like most flavored chocolate bars, there was a caramel flavored chocolate, right? Chocolate with caramel filling, something like that. The way you have Snickers and Mars and everything, there also just used to be like a chocolate bar with like some filling that was purely caramel, and everything has been replaced by salted caramel, and it's such a downgrade. It is fully a downgrade. And like, all power to you if you like it. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't be enjoying it or something. I don't like it, and I think it's a downgrade. And I think it's I'm not gonna call it an objective downgrade. That is not fair. But it is most certainly a downgrade to me. Space Center. Okay, I have it ready here. Do I have everything that I want to do? I have a black belt on Ingo because, like, it just needs a damage boost. What the damage boost is... No. I'm thinking of Sticky Hold. I'm not thinking about Suction Cup and Sticky Hold that I'm thinking about. I was like, wait, shit. It doesn't work because of the ability from Cradley, but no, that's not Suction Cups, that's Sticky Hold. Okay. Life Orb, Sticky Barb. I do need pre-damage. I need to pre-damage Kofu. What was the pre-damage I needed there? I calculated it earlier. Yeah, and what do you mean? Avocados on salad? That... What? Avocado and salad is like such a basic thing. That one is... Okay, yeah, no. That has... Sorry. With all due respect, your opinion there is just wrong. If you don't like avocado, sure. But avocado on salad is such a standard fucking thing. Like, not liking avocado because of the texture or the flavor or whatever, you know, I get that. If you hate it, fine, but avocado is such a standard thing to add to salads. Or to Pokeballs or whatever. What does bro put in his salad? Yeah, no, like, for me personally, we have like a bunch of salads that we do. Like, different strokes, yeah, but it's not outlandish. No, that's the main thing. Like, not liking avocado, whatever. All power to you. Tomatoes, lettuce, onions, standard shit. I mean, there are so many good ways to make a salad, though. Tomatoes is not one of them, but that is okay. But that is my opinion, and I know that is my opinion. We have like a few. I think the one that we do the most is one where we put mango and avocado and spring onion and have like a soy sauce kind of dressing, soy kind of dressing. What do you mean tomato is like the core of a salad? Yes, tomato. I know tomato is like the core. I don't like tomato. I don't like the taste of tomato at all. And I know that's fucked because we do so much Italian flavors and so much Italian dishes, and it is so annoying, but I just don't like the flavor of tomatoes. And it's so fucking annoying. But I cannot get it out of my head or something. Like, yeah, I cannot get that out of my head. And just, I don't like tomato. When I make pizza, half my family cannot do tomatoes, but I adore tomatoes. Yeah. When I make pizza, where, like, a tomato sauce is the core, I always make sure that the tomato, it's like a caramelized onion tomato sauce. And then the caramelized onion neutralizes the tomato flavor so much that I don't mind it much. In the same vein, whenever I order pizzas, if it's like a tomato sauce base, I don't like it nearly as much as when I have like a Bianca pizza, a Blanca pizza, or a barbecue sauce pizza, which are far less tomato-y in flavor. And it's annoying because I would prefer to just have a tomato base for that, but yeah. Okay, but people putting tomato slices on a sauce pizza for some reason. I feel like that's pretty innocent. That's pretty innocent, though. I will say it's not common, but I wouldn't call it, like, atypical per se. I guess it's not standard, but it's more tomato on your tomato. Is that really such a bad or weird thing? Not really, right? Okay, I need to pre-damage Kofu. I'm getting distracted by all the food talk. God. Speaking of food, and I'll go on a tangent, I don't care. So I had friends over last night, we played Spirit Island, it's a lot of fun. 100% 100% a good game, and 100% a game I would recommend if you're into that kind of complex game. But one of the things I like to do when I have people over is bake something. Specifically, I am a sourdough bread maker. I heard Spirit Island. Yes. Yes, we played Spirit Island last night. Specifically with a bunch of expansions too, because the friends that I played it with are absolute... Yeah. I love Spirit Island. Spirit Island is such a good game. It is... still, I think in my top 3, if not top 1 board game ever. Trying to think if anything beats it. I think Everdell beats it for me, but I think that's it. Everdell and then Spirit Island. I think that's my top 2. I'm mostly playing on TTS Sim. Yeah, no, it's easier to do with other people, and you can, because it broadens the spectrum of people you can play with, right? You just try to get people to play. Every session preempts a 20 to 30 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes that's short. What? Whenever I play Spirit Island with new people, the first turn is an hour, I would say. They have low attention span. Low attention span, and the game is complex though. I don't blame it too much. So I have to get into the action. Yeah, but there's so many. It's number 11 on the Board Game Geek. That's really high. We'll give it a look. Yeah, Spirit Island. When I looked it up, it was like number 20, I'd say, but it's still it's very much worth it. I think the only better experiences I've had are with Pandemic Legacy Season 1. Like basically basic. So just like the standard, like the easy 4 spirits, the no additional rules, no nothing, right? Yeah. No, but I was gonna talk about the thing I was baking. I was not gonna talk about Spirit Island. No, Spirit Island, very fun game. If you want to purchase it, by all means do it. I would absolutely recommend it if you're into cooperative games and difficult games. Also, fuck England. I've played slightly too little I've played a lot with like new groups every single time, so I tend to not play with sourdough baker. Hell yeah, yeah. But I tend to play with like no changes because I usually play with groups of new people, and those find the base game hard enough. Even though it is not, even though I would argue it can still very much be improved on. So I've not had any experience with fighting specifically one of the three opponents, right? One group that actually played, so we always do max level adversity. Yeah, no, when you have that experience, I get it. And to ask onto that, have you played with the expansions, with like with the not basic 8 characters? And while I wait for that answer, let's answer that sourdough thing. The other people would be base game, and I used to play support spirits to let them enjoy it. Yeah, I've played with all the expansions, yeah. So the people that came over have like all but 2 or something like that. Having the extra spirit choices is cool. Having all the extra resources and like different types of tokens does make it very, very broad. And just like, we played it a couple weeks ago with 6 people, for 3 of whom it was the first time. And that is just impossible. Like, that was so overwhelming. Like not for me, I played it a couple times at that point, but like for everyone else, I could just tell it was way too much. And I feel like there's a spirit for most playstyles, so it's nice. In base game, yeah, there mostly is, but I do feel like there's not much depth to them, I guess. As long as someone knows the game, they can kind of sort it out. Not base game. With expansion, okay, yeah, no, with expansions, definitely. There's so many choices. Yeah. No, but it's a great game, and it's absolutely worth recommending. I don't know if you need to purchase this on Tabletop Simulator, like if it's like a DLC kind of thing. But if it isn't, look it up, try it once, it's great. To answer the sourdough thing though, yes, I tend to make sourdough loaves. Like, holy shit, the document with your team is 60 pages. What? No, it's not. What? My team one is 60 pages? I mean, it kind of is, but no, okay. Okay, that's not entirely fair. I have, like, snapshots of my old team. Friend that worked on some of the spirits. Oh, wow, that is cool. Oh, wow. I would love to design board games. Like, that would be such a fun job to have. The expansion with the sand dinosaur thing. I'm not familiar enough with the expansions to say what that is or not. No. But 60 pages long. For what it's worth, there's like a lot of empty space there, and I have snapshots of like 8 past teams. So take that with like 5 grains of salt. And again, okay, sourdough, because that was what I wanted to talk about. Sourdough. I bake a sourdough loaf every week. Every weekend we try to make one sourdough loaf at least. I've also made focaccias with it. And my favorites to make are like a very cheese-heavy, kind of garlicky focaccia, and what I've affectionately called my apple pie focaccia. Last night I made a rosemary and a apple pie focaccia. Apple pie basically means like it's an filling of like shredded apple and cinnamon and a cinnamon sugar combo. Apple pie focaccia sounds fire. Yes, it so is. It's nice, dude. That sounds absolutely fire. Yeah, no, it is. It is so good. I'll. If you're interested, I did make a picture of both focaccias last night, so like if you want that, PM me and I will absolutely send a picture of how that looks. But yeah, no, it's shredded apple, and usually with bread you add like a bunch of water, and I get very juicy apples, so I kind of mush them so the apple juice kind of flows out, so that rather than some water, I use some apple juice so that the apple flavor is in the entire loaf. They made me hungry. I need to go grab food now. Apologies or you're welcome, depending on which of the two it is. No, it's awesome. If you're someone who likes bread in general, sourdough is by far my favorite type of bread to make, even though it takes a little bit more effort and takes a bit more time. Yeah, I think the last time we've not been purchasing bread for weeks, months, maybe even. Only like when we have like no time or we ran out of bread ourselves, so we get like a small loaf or something. No, but yeah, sourdough is very, very fun, very, very good. And the results from last night were so good. It was it was very nice. And now tonight I have like soup. Sky made it. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And you are now my 75th follower, so we reached a goal. I forgot I said that, but thank you for the follow. Yeah, Glitspot has been standing there for eons, buddy. Yeah, let's go back to some Pokemon, shall we? Okay, I needed to pre-damage Glitspot. What was that damage range again? Okay, so he has 224 HP. That means the half is 112, so 111 and 107. So, congrats, man. Wishing you luck. I'm a dip. Thank you. The exact HP I need here is 218 HP, rather. So we pre-damage Kofu, who is in slot 4. 4 to 218. And that's the only pre-damage we need. We do need to pre-freeze Will as well. And that should be everything. Okay, let's see. Citrus, Assault Vest, Life Orb, Sticky Barb. Nothing, Black Belt. I could give Roxy a Lepa, but like, no. I mean, if nothing else, in case something goes awry, I'll give it like a Citrus. But at that point, we probably just wipe anyway. Okay, we should be good to go then. Let's switch to the music of the actual game. And like everything is ready. Do I need to level Will actually? Does 80 or does 85 just suffice? Yeah, after you're done live streaming, can you create this guy called I'll go take a look at him. Sure. I'll go take a look at the Maggie. Sure. But I'm probably streaming for like at least 2.5 more hours, so I'm not sure if they're still busy then, you know? King. It was this. Oh, right. Assault Vest, does 85 just suffice? It technically does. Yeah, no, it does. So I don't need to do that. Nice person ever, but I know if they will be live. Yeah, no, exactly. That's the main thing. I'm not gonna rate, like, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, I will rate them, because in 3 hours, I don't know what's going on, you know? Okay. Down, around. And here we go down, or we should be beautiful. Exactly in front. Okay, with this, after this fight, I will get like 1, maybe 2 encounters, but I do want to hear some opinions from the more experienced people here, if I should or shouldn't get it. But we will be working on that after the fight. Until then, let's get to where we need to go. We have this, then we go down here, down there, up here. We break this rock. 1 hour in, we're ready to go. Yeah, no, I'm surprised how quickly this went. Definitely not experienced. No, by all means, like, if you don't feel comfortable weighing in, you don't have to. Oops, wrong one. And then it was this one, I believe. No, then it is here. Been a minute, but we made it through. And now... there's Shelly. Let's save. I do think, by the way, if I somehow wipe at some point, I think I'm gonna get into this Nuzlocke and shit someday. Good luck. Thank you, Nevernight. Hopefully we don't need luck and we just have everything written down correctly. Look, you ready? You have this. Last check. Sticky Barb level 89, Life Orb level 89, Assault Vest level 85, Citrus Berry level 84, Citrus Berry level 89, and there's 3 damage on that to 18, that's correct. That is what I have written down. And then Black Belt 258, I had Muscle Band, but that doesn't matter. Brick Break was a necessary move. Okay, we have everything we need, I think. Okay. Let's get rid of some Aqua Weapons, shall we? How did you manage to get here without a submarine? What an impressive child. But it won't do to have you meddling around here. And I do want payback for what happened at the Weather Institute. I'm gonna give you a little taste of pain. Resign yourself to it. Where did that voice come from? Okay. Shelly, let's go on. Shelly leads with Tapu Fini. We lead with our Brock. Welcome, Brock. This is your first and last fight. Brock at level 89. Baits only one move. He is not weak to fairy, he's not weak to water, and it has a good special defense, resulting in Tapu Fini only ever clicking Nature's Madness. Nature's Madness here will deal half of our HP, and Tapu Fini's HP total is 251. I think we can do the math here. Mirror Coat will KO this Tapu Fini. Okay, 127, and we do 254 back, and we say goodbye to Tapu Fini. Now, there's still Auroraville up, and there was, what the happened there? Yes, we are holding a Sticky Barb. That Sticky Barb is for this guy, Hawlucha. Hawlucha here consumes its Misty Seed, giving it a special defense boost. So, Brock is slower than Hawlucha and dead to both acrobatics and close combat. If we see close combat, we have a quicker line. If we see acrobatics, we need to do one extra thing. We power gem, and he goes for close combat. Okay, well, there goes Brock. But the last thing Brock does before he dies is give Hawlucha the Sticky Barb. Thop, welcome! Thank you for joining as well. That Sticky Barb deals a tiny, tiny bit of chip. That tiny, tiny bit of chip is enough to where Dragon Darts would be a kill. Brock, thank you. You did everything you needed to. We had an extra thing happening if the Hawlucha here clicked acrobatics. We don't need to worry about that, so we're just going to go straight to Raihan. Hawlucha has Unburden. Unburden doubles its speed. That was the main reason why we needed to do this, as well as the damage that the Sticky Barb does. With Hawlucha now no longer faster than Dragapult, with him being at -1 defense, Dragon Darts is a guaranteed one-shot on this Hawlucha. 1 and 2. Bye-bye Hawlucha. 2 out of 6 done. And this is where Raihan once again starts to carry, because The next one to come in is Gengar. Gengar thinks it can slow kill us while not being dead itself. That is because Gengar is holding a Focus Sash. Dragon Dart hit 2 times. Bye-bye, Gengar. 1 and 2, and there goes the Gengar as well. That means we have half the team done. We needed this specifically. We are holding a Life Orb. We could have done this with Choice Band and always be safe to bring in Dragapult directly. But in doing that, we would not bait the Darmanitan. And we needed to bait Darmanitan here specifically to make this line work. Darmanitan here clicks 1 move and 1 move only. You can see that it only has 2 moves, U-turn and Icicle Crash. Gorilla Tactics, Choice Band, Icicle Crash hits like a truck. Thankfully, Kofu is physically decently bulky and also has a resistance with its water type, so we can bring in Kofu safely. We have Kofu pre-damaged here, so that the Icicle Crash from Darmanitan, no matter what rolls it gets, will trigger emergency exit. That is enough. We have a Citrus Berry in case we need a Kofu later down the line. We don't, but you know, Citrus Berries are enough. We have enough of them. So now we can go to Ingo. Ingo, because Darmanitan is holding a Choice Band, no, the Choice Scarf, is faster. And base Brick Break, even without the held Black Belt, is enough to kill this Darmanitan and break the screens in the meantime. Brick Break, bye-bye. Awesome, yep. Okay, that is exactly what was planned. No weird shit going on there. Get some experience all around. And this baits in the Slowbro. Slowbro sees a kill. I believe it's 2 times over its Psychic. May even be more, doesn't really matter. So Slowbro here will go for Psychic. We're gonna go to Will, who can take that. Will is even holding an Assault Vest, because with Assault Vest, Slowbro deals piss poor damage to our Slowbro. Even if this Psychic were to crit, it doesn't even do half. The reason Will is frozen is because we're gonna do something very funky against this Slowbro. While incapacitated, the boosting moves like Calm Mind have a +3 to them. So in this situation, to their AI score specifically. So in this situation, Calm Mind is guaranteed. We're gonna go to Roxy on that guaranteed Calm Mind. Let's see it. Calm Mind, exactly. Now, Roxy is faster than Slowbro and can Encore it. And now Slowbro is going to keep clicking Calm Mind. Of course that is scary, but we have ways to handle this. We're just going to Toxic it and slowly whittle away the... Fuck! I completely forgot about that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's not the biggest deal. We can just like start wailing on him with sludge bombs. It's fine. It's not a big deal. We can still do this we can still do this Encore threat with sludge bomb instead. It's fine. It's not the biggest deal. We can make this work. So that was Encore ends. This was the one after the Encore. So he's now at +5. Do you do enough damage at +6 for him to slow down here? Thank you. Yeah, no, I know. So this is now +4. Sludge Bomb. Do you do enough damage at +6? We won't deal enough damage eventually, but we should still be fine. Calm Mind, how much PP does Calm Mind have? We need to check that. Calm Mind, 20. Okay, so we have enough turns for a while. Was he at +6 already? Apparently he was. Okay, this is fine though. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Because this guarantees an Earth Power, and that Citrus Berry we gave to Golisopod actually comes in very, very clutch here. Because we can go to Kofu. We can go to Kofu perfectly. take the Earth Power, and that should trigger emergency exit. Why did Toxic miss? I didn't catch it. It didn't miss. There's Missy Terrain. And we could then go to Ingo, who can still kill this Kyurem with close combat. We should be able to get into the exact same position again, and then eventually kill it with the rest of our team. So close combat kills. And Kyurem goes down. And a Mega Slowbro by base. There's one roll of Surf that kills, but that is fine. Kofa goes to 85. Yeah, that's something we couldn't avoid. Stop screaming in my ears. Will is still bulky enough to take everything and still bait the Calm Mind. I need to start counting shit. I need to start counting the Calm Minds. Especially if the defense drop is not a big deal. Even at -1 Spadef, the most damage he does is not 171. Not even close. So this is still always Calm Mind. Right? Yes, okay. We're in the exact same position, and now Slowbro cannot switch out anymore. I think we have enough turns to take him out eventually. No, there's an easier way. There's an easier way. I have it. I know it. Okay. Deep breath. Pulse can nuke it. Exactly. Life Orb Dragapult deals 172, aka about 57% minimum. Is terrain permanent? Yes. Okay. So we Sludge Bomb him now. We Encored him already, right? I didn't do anything wrong? Okay. That is enough, right? Let's look at the ruler. I don't want to risk that. Okay, I've turns. He's on turn 2 for Encore, so I can Sludge Bomb one more time. He Calm Minds again. Yeah, I can just reset Encore. No issues. So Encore ended. We Encore him one more time. Okay. This was scuffed as shit. But it worked out, I guess. Lazo's a busted mon, holy. Yeah. Okay, good stare. Okay, so now he still goes for Calm Mind. We love clapping. We want to do it again. And Phantom Force from this range always kills the Slowbro. I think the Toxic failing was just scary. Yeah, no, it was... It spooked me, but in practice, because I didn't get crit on the... You click the first Encore, okay, now you Toxic, wait, yeah. Oops. Okay, but... Okay, the steer works. We didn't get crit on Galissapod, and that was crucial. Because now it worked out the way we wanted it to. Okay. This now puts me in room, well, 7, and then I can go to room 8. Very nice. Did you calc Archie too? No. No, I finished the calc for Shelly just now. Okay, and you get out of the way. And now we can go here. Okay, that gave a mini heart attack, but we're all good. The death box does need to go. The death counter is now at a full box. Okay, let's put the music back to calming. And just take a big breath because... It works out and it went as well as it should have. But still. I was also... Okay, for what it's worth, I was considering doing this with Primarina too, who still has Encore. So that probably could have worked as well. I know the feeling. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, it's a scary fucking feeling. But we only have one more fight in Aqua Hideout. And once we're done with that, we're through this split. On top of that, this fight no longer has Auroraville, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. I risked a 50% chance to wipe on LCR unknowingly. Oof. Ooh, that sounds terrifying, yeah. Yeah, that sounds absolutely terrifying. Okay, let's... I'm gonna quickly prepare my sheet. Put it at never punished. Exactly, never ever fucking punished. Okay, made for a funny clip though. Yeah, yeah. If someone clipped that, by all means, send it to me, because that's definitely a funny clip. And now we just toxic. Wait, shit, fuck. There's that meme song that's like, oh, fuck, shit, fuck, something like that. That is exactly what happened there. Oh, my heart. I need to stop doing this without triple checking myself. I did triple check it, I just missed that fucking detail. It's just a dumb detail to miss too. It didn't matter either, because like, I had so many easy ways to handle this. I could have just Sludge Bomb off rip and I probably would have been fine. And by the time the chance of him switching to Kyurem would have popped up, I could have just started switching to Sneasler myself. And then eventually that should just be fine, hopefully. Actually, no, that wouldn't have worked. No, you know what it would have worked though? Is if I would have swapped to Golisopod there and used First Impression, probably. Oh, that is surprisingly little damage. Nah, whatever. It worked out, right? Also, like, eventually switching to Dragapult. That's also just there. Then, no, because then I couldn't have gone to Sneasler. If he didn't switch out, I would have been fine anyway, because Salazzle would have 1v1'd to death. And otherwise, Kyurem got in. Like, okay, let's stop worrying about the past and start focusing on the future, shall we? That means we need to look at the fight there at the bottom, and we're gonna go to the calculating page. Put this one to next. Actually, no, I'm missing. I need to do one thing first. I need to do one clear. Like, there's one thing I clearly need to do first, and that is say goodbye to Brock. You didn't do much, Brock, but what you did was instrumental. Without you, this fight would not have nearly been as clean. So thank you, and until next time. My death box is full, so I'm gonna make a quick adjustment. Oops, Iris, you never were here. Bye-bye. And we're making another rip box. Rip 2. Okay. Now we can start calcing. The main thing that I already know I can do. With Sneasler, I can Life Orb. No, it's not Life Orb. I can Fighting Gem and Fake Out and CC Kyogre for kill. I would be in Rain. And thus bait in Overquill, clicking Waterfall or Gunk Shot. Jesus. This Overquill in particular is a nightmare. As is a Swampert, but yeah, a little less so. I've not really been doing the Pokedoku right now. Can anyone give me a hint on what is a rock fighting Pokemon that is not Terrakion? Trying to think. I genuinely can't think of it. Rock fighting type. Because Terrakion was the first one. I don't think there has been another. No, there hasn't been another, right? Yeah, no, Thop is right. There isn't another. I don't want to look it up because that feels not in spirit of Pokedoku. Okay, fuck it. Oh, it's a ZA Mega, right? It's yeah, no, it's a ZA Mega. Yeah, no, you said it, Thop, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. It's Barbaracle, Mega Barbaracle, yeah. Okay, so Superior, I had a solution for last time. Jeez, Beedrill is so slow. 89, that should do, right? 88, it does the trick. So Mega Pidgeot probably needs to be brought. And yeah. Absol Mega Z was a ghost type like the other. Like the other day. I will admit that the Megas from Legend CA are not fresh in my mind or anything. So, yeah. I genuinely don't know those. Okay, Archie time. I've not prepped anything. I just beat Brawly for the first time. Congrats, Jiggly. Well done. This game is very hard to begin with, so even getting past Brawly is already an achievement, for sure. So well done and congrats. Keep it up. I think most of them aren't even available for VGC yet. Correct. There's, I think, about a third or somewhere between a third and half are available for VGC right now. I'm wondering though how bad it is that I lost my Quillfish. If it's base Quillfish, probably not that big a deal, but it has its uses later. Like, optimally you go Deathless through Brawly, but if it's the first time going past Brawly, just see what you can do. I think losing Quillfish is probably one of the finer losses at that point. At least if you want to get through early game. Quillfish will probably have its uses later down the line, but not yet. Not like... It's not a big deal, I think. Okay. So, let's go look at what, like, quick vibe checks of what can happen here. Let's see, Quillfish is pretty good early on, but if you can get past, like, Norman, you won't miss it a lot anymore. Yeah. No, that is the most accurate. But, like, it's not like Quillfish will be a GOAT early on or something. It will not carry you through the early game or anything. I think Torterra looks like it can handle Overquill after a sacrifice. It can also... It can also be my Aegislash counter because it's slower. The Zapdos looks annoying as shit. And the Swampert looks annoying as shit. Because Mega Swampert is faster than everything on my team. And kills everything on my team. It's good dupe value later on, depends on how you do regionals. Yeah, no, exactly. That is probably the most value you get out of Quillfish. It's a dupe for some very, very good encounter boxes where Overquill would be the worst encounter. Encounters, right. There was one thing I wanted to ask the more experienced people here, so G, delivery, etc. Let's go look at that encounter routing thing. Right now, I have some encounters I can still pull. And I am mostly looking at Seafloor Cavern and Route 129. Let's first, because I can get a guaranteed Barraskewda. And I want to hear from you guys, is Barraskewda good enough to guarantee a pull? I think I will be much help with encounters at this point in the game. I would trust G though. Yeah, no. Exactly. Definitely, yeah. Skewda, yes. Always, okay, so pulling Skewda is definitely something I was considering. Especially because you have B. I have a really terrible B, though. But as long as it still has Flip Turn. I believe Flip Turn is the last move it gets, or the second to last move it gets, but I can check. Barraskewda. Barraskewda, the final move it gets is Flip Turn. Did you plan on Archie yet? No. Here's my plan for Archie so far. Let's show it real quick. Anyway, So no, I didn't do anything. Skewda goes in on Archie. That is what I thought. I thought Barraskewda would be incredible for Archie. That's why I was considering it here. So, Best Jiggly, thank you for the follow too, by the way. It's one of its most important fights. Okay. Well, I have a guaranteed Barraskewda, so I probably should pull it. I was already kind of, like, sold on that, but I'm glad to have it confirmed. The bigger one for me, though, is a little further, and that is this one, the Dragonite. I have a guaranteed Dragonite by surfing in those two water areas. But I also already have a Dragapult, and I also already have a Salamence. How valuable is a Dragonite for me at this point? Does it do anything significantly different compared to Salamence? I have a Salamence. Yes. It is a good man. Is it a good man's? I mean, exclamation mark team, you can check it yourself. Dragonite usually versus Venusaur. For the... I know what you mean. Yeah, I know which one you mean. But exclamation mark team, you can see it fully, but it's not, like... It's not bad, it's not great. It is... Here, let's see. It's timid with... max speed, max Spadef, and max attack. I'll just put the oh yeah, no, you got it. The one issue with the Mence here is its nature. I got Dragonite and Surfston and didn't do a lot early on, but then popped off in erratic weather especially. Not sure if Mence can do the most of the same things, yeah. The one thing Mence has as a detriment is that it doesn't get Draco by level up, and I believe Dragonite does. So if I were to catch this level 80 Dragonite, it would have Dragon Claw, Extreme Speed, Draco Meteor, Dual Wing Beat, which is a good moveset. And if I were to get Dragonair here, I would have... Oh, that's an issue, because Dragonair would have Dragon Tail, Heal Bell, Waterfall, Outrage, and if I evolve it, it will not have any of the moves I want. So I don't even have a guaranteed Dragonite. I have a guaranteed good Dragonite. I have a guaranteed a 2 and 3 to have a good Dragonite. And if I don't get the good Dragonite and I get the Dragonair, I have a terrible moveset. So it's not even guaranteed, it's a 2 and 3. So the follow-up question would be, should I pull Seafloor Cavern 8? Seafloor Cavern 8 would be the Absol, Samurott, Gudra, Starmie. What's your Rayquaza table? Sky Pillar? I can't quite get to it, but it's on the dragon side of things. What does Starmie dupe? Let's click it and see what happens. I know Starmie duped some things on here. It would dupe Wall Rain here, which, like, yeah, okay, whatever. Or Cloister, it would make a 1 in 3 to get Cloister here. Which, whatever. And it wouldn't do anything here. It wouldn't do anything here. And looking further, which I cannot quite show off, the only thing it means is that I have a 50-50 for Greninja or Samurott in Victory Road surfing. Which, honestly, not that big a deal. I don't really have much I dupe with Starmie, is the conclusion. But it's mostly like, do I want, with my Honchkrow gone, do I want an extra dark type in Samurott or Absol? And the Goodra would also just be a good pull, right? A Steel Dragon type with like insane stats. What was your bear again? Wet. Water. It's not a dark type, so that's why I was considering it. Because my dark type encounters right now aren't the best. My dark types are, let's say correctly, again, exclamation mark team, you can also check it yourself. It is Grimmsnarl, Crocodile, and Mega Gyarados. And that's it. So, like, not the best. And it's not even a Grimmsnarl with Sucker Punch right now, so meh. It's why I was considering Cavern 8, right? I'd potentially lean towards 8, but Sam isn't really dark type. You'd want to... No, Samurott, see, it looks great to me. It's like a 90% to get something that helps a lot. You really want the Absol. Yeah, no, I'm looking at the Absol mostly. And the Goodra would be a fine pull as well. The Samurott is okay. The Starmie is bad. Samurott is not really an E4 mon, but it is like a Starmie's Satch, unless it's a Himothy. Yeah, you basically need like a Goat Starmie. And I have a Slowbro, so it's very redundant. It's also like Dragonair is a 2 and 3 to be pulled instead of Dragonite, and pulling Dragonair here would be trash. I think I'm gonna pull 8. I think that makes more sense, right? So I'm gonna go to 129, get the Barraskewda, and I'm gonna go to Cavern 8 to get hopefully an Absol, maybe a Goodra, hopefully not, definitely not a Starmie, hopefully, and a Samurott otherwise. I lean towards praying for Absol here potentially. Worst case, you second the hard fight, you need D94, because those are post-VR fights anyway. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, by the time I have a Dragonite that is worth using, because, like, it's not worth using without the moves you get from a Dragon, like, from it being a Dragonite. If I catch a Dragonair here, it's trash. It's just trash. So I'm gonna grab the Barraskewda, and I'm gonna try and pull the Seafloor Cavern. I think that's the conclusion. Let's go do that first then. D9 is primarily in a focus, dual wing beat, E-speed. Yeah, anyone else is icing. I mean, Draco Meteor is also still quite good. Even though it's like redundant with, what's it called? Redundant with Dragapult. I never got to click it. Sure. Like, if it's dual wing beat I want, I have a Salamence. It might be timid, but it's still max attack, and I have Rage on it still. 0 IV1, I won't click it probably. Yeah. No, I think for the most part, my Ment should do everything the Dragonite would do in the scenarios you're talking about, except for the E-Speed. And E-Speed, I would need to skill 2 out of 3 times, and I prefer to keep my skills for what I eventually need for E4. So I think I'm gonna pull 8, and I'm gonna definitely get that Barraskewda right now. So let's go do that. For the Barraskewda, what would I want? I would want... Let's take a look at what its moveset is again. I missed it. Barraskewda is flip turn CC liquidation laser focus. That sounds like it can easily be handled by Drake. That sounds like it can easily be handled by Misty. That sounds like Will is a good bring. That sounds like Ramos is an incredible bring. For what it's worth, Grimmsnarl can be your dark type, but sounds like that's heavy investment. Yeah, I'm not... Yeah. It might be Grimmsnarl, considering it being a fairy type is also useful, but... you have a flex slot on Slowbro right now. Yes! Slowbro right now has Seismic Toss on it. So that gives me some more value like that. For catching purposes, that would be is also really nice. Perfect. That's what I would have suggested. Yeah. Now I needed the Seismic Toss for what was it again? I think I last used this on the Shuckle, which is why I had Seismic Toss. I'll bring Wallace, I think, and Alistair. Yeah, this looks fine. Then we're gonna mass equip citrus berries. No, not star peas. I might as well do it the other way, right? Let's be battle ready for now. Do this one more specifically. And then citrus berries for everyone. And I also need to pre-burn Milo, just in case, I guess. Pre-burn 5. There we go. How often do people go deathless on Archie? From what I know, not often. But I don't think it's unheard of. There have been solutions that make it deathless, but it's not been a confirmed thing or anything. Okay, Route 129, here we go. Up. And boom, 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 and Route 127. This is just safe. You just go straight down, but this is where I need to start being careful again. Most Archies aim for deathless, but unlucky means you have to your plant sacks already. Okay, 129. Okay, we're there. This is 129. Okay, so we should be able to turn off the repel here and wait until we have a Barraskewda. I will lead with... I will keep this lead. Wait, that's an Intimidator. Yeah, whatever. I need to do that anyway. I went deathless with my Kabuto. Kabutops had a 92% to die. Yeah. Something like that sounds apt. Hi, Skewda. We're gonna intimidate you. He cannot flip turn on us, right? He shouldn't be able to, like, flip turn doesn't let it run away. No, U-turn doesn't either when it's, yeah. Okay, so let's just throw that quick ball. Yeah, no, like, I do know this, but I'm never, like, I always second guess myself. What am I doing all this prep for? Skewed I get. I just capture on the first one. Okay, I need a female. I haven't used Nessa yet, I believe, so I'm just gonna call you Nessa. And just as easily as that, we have a Skuda. Back to Sutopolis. And let's go take a look at that guy. Wrong button. I just realized how long I've been following this run. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's been a minute. Calm, not a calm nature, come on. What is this? Oh. Yet I never fought you. This is one of the saddest Barraskewdas I have ever seen. This is a box filler Barraskewda when Barraskewda is supposed to be incredible. It's fine. On my own, I probably would have made the same decision. Maybe it still does, Archie. We can always check. Bummaskewda. Youch, that's phone number. Yeah. Yeah, this certainly is one of the guys of all time. plus one eject button. At least you're okay with sacking this worst case. Yeah. Yeah. This guy will have a hard time switching in. Yup. Okay. Where's my export? There's my export thingy. Actually, before anything else, let's also prepare for Seafloor Cavern, right? Like, if this stat screen was mirrored, we'd be solid. I mean, even then it's not great, because that means 0 speed. But, yeah, that is better. I guess speed is not nearly as necessary, considering, you know, Swift Swim. 0 speed is fine, it's raining, yeah. Low speed isn't bad on Skuda, huh. You really just need the attack, huh? Well, I didn't get it, so... Okay, for the other one... I think I will only just switch Will. I mean, for this fight specifically, I get it. Other fights, you want the speed. Yeah, no, exactly. High speed is cool for regular fights, but still outspeeds everything in rain anyways. Yeah, it's the fastest swift swimmer in the game, so I get that. I will bring Clay, I guess? I think that's best. Might want to bring a fairy type, actually. I'll bring Lana. I think that's all I really need for now. I think I will lead with something. I will lead with Gyarados, though. What's the nickname theme, by the way? Gym leaders and other major characters. So here, Drake, Lana, Elser, Wallace, Ramos, Misty, Kofu. I think you can see, like, the theme at this point, right? Okay. Let's go and get the other encounter, shall we? So that is going to be this table. And we're going to hope for an Absol. I think... Yeah, Absol or Gudra. And we run here, and we go here, 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 here. Hug the wall. I forgot, I still have my repel off. That's fine. Misty's max speed, we can run. I'm not familiar with most mainline Pokemon stuff. Fair enough. It's... I'm not gonna say part of the job description in my case, but like, yeah, it's something I'm supposed to be a bit familiar with all the Pokemon shit I have done and am doing. But yeah, no, it's the gym leaders, Elite Four, and other major characters from the original games. So, Room 8 is the one that the Auroraville ends, right? Basically. Just to confirm. I believe it is, but just to confirm. Is there any value in repel tricking? No, there is not, so I might as well just go. I'm actually looking forward to my Cave of Origin pull most, I think. That definitely looks cool. I believe so. It is the last one in the encounter dock, right? Yeah, no, there's 3. Or 4, rather. The entrance and then these 3, and this one is the last. Oops. No, I didn't go there. I went one down. Come on. Don't be like that. Boom, boom, boom. And then here. And we are good. Those were rooms 6 and 7. Har har meme. And then this should be 4 and 5. I forgot how to do this one, actually. I believe it's this. Yeah, no, this is it. Okay. I also get another thing here, right? I get Fairy Gem, right? Quickly save. And I believe there's nothing else here, right? So we just turn off the repel and we go look for the right encounter? And hope that it's an Absol or a Gudra? It's a bunch that we can run from, and now we just wait to see if it's one we need to run from or not. I cannot bike here? Huh. Today I learned. Come on. Encounter. Come on, encounter. Just pull the encounter. You have Intimidate or something. Yes. I do. For the very simple reason that I want to make sure that it's intimidated. You know, I have a Shell Armor Mon with me for that very reason. So, like, physical Mons are not something I'm too afraid of. So, like, I get this taking a while, but this is a long, long while. Because I had an Intimidate lead against the Barraskewda too, and that didn't take that long. Come on, get in there. Just show me the black screen. Even for Intimidate, this is ridiculous. Exactly. So just get in here. Just get into the... Oh, there's no encounter. It's a previous room. Okay. That explains it somewhat, at least. There we go. What are we getting? An Absol! Awesome! Sorry, I was replying to some things. No need to apologize. Okay, Absol, that's cool, that's awesome. It has pressure, which is very fun. I should be fine to quick ball this, right? I don't know the exact moves that Absol can have, but I will double check that just in case. Absol at this point has Knockoff, Wish, Sucker Punch, Play Rough. Wish! Ooh, that's fun. Just get in the ball. Just get in the ball. Damn it. Yeah, I would wish to. I would wish to leave. With me, specifically. If this guy is good, it surely makes up for this Skewed. Yeah, probably, hopefully, maybe? Let's just cycle some intims, I get. No, wait, there's play rough. I don't want to get play roughed. I'll go to... What's Wallace's 4th move right now? Hidden Power. Then I can go to Wallace pretty safely, I think. Sucker Punch. Yeah, no, we can run him out of Sucker Punches decently easily. We get some burn, it's fine. We Hidden Power. Hidden Power should not do much. Let's see if I'm wrong. That's piss poor damage. I think I can even Scald him then. That's double that damage. Let's see the... I'm gonna do like a quick vibe check on that. Because if I can Scald him, that's just good. Absol... Burn is dangerous though. No, it can burn. Yeah, but that means you catch it more easily. That means it increases your catch chance. I know that it can die from that, but I feel like it's more of a benefit than a hindrance. Yeah, the damage is about double. You have enough health to chew through. Yeah, exactly. That's why I feel like I can just Scald. I'm gonna recover here first, actually. Go back to Gera for intims if you want. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should. I see you are a gambler. I feel like this is not a gamble, though. We saw the Hidden Power there, and it dealt... like 10%. What is that? 10-ish percent? That is gonna be a... Wait. That means he has a SPDEF boosting nature, pretty sure. Because there's no way that HP does that little otherwise. Throw. I can spell and then not having a stroke. Throw one from... I'll throw Premier Ball for the fans. Sure. Sure. Might as well. I don't mind. Watch it just work. 1, 2. Yeah, no, I thought so. Wish. Okay, now it should be safe to Scald, though. Now it should absolutely be safe to Scald. Looking at the damage... Yeah. I'm looking at these stats for Absol and Milotic, and the damage does not line up at all with what I was expecting. Okay, let's... You know what? Let's get that Intimidate off. I am fine with that. Intimidate number 2, Sucker Punch. Are you in the rain or something? No! I am in Auroraville. That's it. Right. I'm probably in Auroraville, and that might be why. So a crit there would actually deal significant damage. Okay, knock off. I am safe to Giga Drain, right? Let's see. Crit deals about 3 times as much. That is a range. Fuck it. We throw a Timer Ball now. Actually, Dusk Ball would also work, but I'll throw a Dusk Ball then. Get in. Damn it, close. Try again. Get in. Nope. Okay, Wish. Play rough. Now I can Dusk Ball again. I will Synth once. As he wishes, then I might as well just throw a Dusk Ball because there's no point in doing damage this turn. Wish came true. Giga Drain. Knock off again. Dusk Ball. Get in. I'm gonna switch to a Timer Ball now. Still no. Synth. Okay, get in the Timer Ball. Stop being such a hard ass and get in the Timer Ball. Come on. Giga Drain. Yeah, that's 100% 25%, so I cannot use another one. Timer ball. I'm running out of timer balls. Thank you, Absol. Thank God. I was scared for a bit that I was actually going to lose him there. Give a nickname. I need a female dark type user. Repel back on. No, I'll make sure to do that. For now, what name do I need to give this Absol? What's a good name for Absol here? Dark type, because dark types have very few of very few trainers, is the thing. So dark is very hard to make something for. Did I use Marnie already? I don't think I did. I also haven't used Karen yet, I think. Actually, I haven't used Karen yet, I think. But I can check that easily, actually. I should just do that. Frag sheet. Pokemon obtained. Karen. I don't have a Karen yet. So, hi Karen. You're now... Wait, the haircut for... Sydney, use Sydney for fun. The haircut for Absol makes so much sense for Karen, though. Not quite on unisex name, though. Oh. Karen haircut. Yeah. Repel. No, Repel's on. I turned it on immediately. Don't worry. I'm a bit behind on stream. That is fair. Okay. Please tell me the Absol was worth getting. Okay, and we go back up, and we go ahead and fly back to Statopolis and heal everyone real quick. And let's take a look. Scuda, I'm gonna put you back here for now, and Karen. What manager do you want to speak to? A quiet one. That is... I missed Shelly? You did. Okay. Okay. This is alright. It's... I knew it was bulky. It's mostly the nature that's unfortunate, but... It's decent. It's alright. It's workable, for sure. Good bulk. Fine attack, fine speed, if not for the nature, and special attack is not that big a deal for a Absol. Yeah. Good last resort E4 Dark. Yeah. And Absol is immediately a Mega, right? I already have Absolite, I believe. I will check though. Free Mega, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Absolite. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick export. You get it on 121 if you don't have it yet. No, I have it. I thought it was a free one, I just, you know, I always second guess myself. Export. And then I need to put it first on a sticky note, because it's annoying like that. And Absol, put him. Gamble every Stealth Rock lead from now on. Yeah, no, it does do that, huh? Okay, where is my team one? Here we go. Current team. Wait. Little too fast there. Because I want to keep these around. Let's remove this for now, and then this one and that one. I need to keep the Grimmsnarl around. I need to keep this Scizor around. That's the main two. And then we paste. And we put the megas in the bag. I always want to keep this decently orderly, you know? Scyther. And Morgrim. Put them with the rest. Kill it like the rest. And then Absol Mega. Might as well make an Absol Mega in here. I will get to what was said in a little bit. I don't have the chat open right now. Actually, I do. Please do Altaria, Mirror Move, Draco, and Palkia. Oh, that sounds cool! That sounds like such a cool tech. What's neither, this could even be a Shifu-less E4. Oh wow. I think your E4 is already looking really good now that I'm looking at the box. Yeah, no, I'm not too afraid of the E4. I'm mostly like naturally I want to see that I get there, but I have a lot of good base mons, like mons that are generally good for E4. I know that much. Okay, team should be updated. Exclamation mark team if you want to. Facade doesn't anyway, lol. But it's a cool tech. It's cool shit. No prim though. Yeah. It means I run it primless, and I probably won't. Are you thinking of bringing a new guy? I mean, if I have the room for it, but my list of available mons is dwindling fast. And it's not... I have it on my plans tab, actually. I believe I've written down which ones I still have available. I would need to bring Pidgeot, Ampharos, Cradilly, well, that's already not an option, or Armaldo or Salazzle. Has Scyther been champs? Huh. Any Prim pools left, or will it just be Mega Taria for E4 Fairy? Oh yeah, no, sorry, I have a Primarina. Scizor has, I don't believe Scyther has. Salazzle, I thought Salazzle was since champ, though. Cleavor. Can you even evolve into Cleavor? Cleavor has been brought. No, I've seen a Cleavor. I know I've seen a Cleavor. I've checked that, I know there's a Cleavor. Salazzle is... I know there was someone who wanted to bring Salazzle, maybe. Was a Jobber on E4 though, yeah. Okay, you know what? For now, let's go look into Archie. I think a mon that hasn't been championed and has great potential could be Mega Pinsir. Okay, so here's my issue with it. I don't think it has any specific type advantages that will make it that useful. But I get it. But Pinsir, like, between its rarity and its... yeah, altogether not being all that strong thing... Like not having, like, a particularly good matchup into them, barring maybe Sydney. I don't think that's really a choice. Not to mention... because you have Urshifu 99.999% of the time, Mega Pinsir has crazy calcs, but you gotta keep Quick Attack and Facade. You get Mega Pinsir too late. I already my chance to get a Pinsir has already passed too. So like, yeah. Let's go back here, shall we? The Megazone should be available around Lily Cove, same as Heracross at least. No, I don't think so. I think it's significantly stronger than Heracross is. But that's how I feel. I might be wrong. I might very well be wrong, but yeah. But looking at it, like, my chance for a Pinsir has long passed. I pulled Scyther instead. I might just E4 Scyther for the fucks of it. Like, if I have the room to do that, I might just bring Scyther. Because that is a fun bring. Has Friendguard Clefairy been E4'd yet? I know Clefable was there, but would love to see the little guy. Scyther would be a cool bring. Yeah, no, exactly. Would Scyther be the first not fully evolved bring to an E4? One of the only things I dislike about RnB design game-wise, Tailwind stuff. Yeah, Scyther is a fast Tailwinder. That could do some things. I don't really need speed though. I'm probably bringing Dragapult and I'm probably bringing Sneasler. So like, eh. It might be an okay, keyword being okay. What is it? Zygarde check or something. Okay, now I wanted to look up. Has there ever been an unevolved Mon champed? I am now morbidly curious. You know what? No, I don't want to show that off. It would be the first NFE. It might very well be, right? Quickly skim the doc. I need to show this one's location. That should be used. Some have done it in New Game or for fun. Yeah, New Game Plus or something. RnB Fracshi. Run and Bun Champion Hall of Fame. Let's go take a quick look around. Them don't make any sense. Isn't even Eviolite here. No, exactly. No, I get it. Quickly perusing. Fully evolved. The only one I could see happen is indeed Friendguard, Clefairy, but Clefable just does a lot more for the most part. I see a Scizor. Oh, this is cool. The fact that there's 4 new brings for this one, especially that late. Someone brought an Audino? Oh, cute. Didn't expect Audino to be champs already. Yeah, Bernie is super sick. Yeah, no, I should look through more of these just for like inspiration and shit. No, there's never been an NFE-mon, I think. Can confirm now, double check the first NFE if it were to occur. Okay, that is the goal. I think that's funny interactions with Dragon Darts. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. The goal is gonna be, I'm gonna add Scyther to the list that I have. Because I have here already like written down which mons I would have. That's it. It's not this, that's it. Scyther. First NFE mon, if true. Because that would be cool. That would be funny. To be fair, Scyther doesn't really count because evolving does not actually increase its base stats in IMO. Scyther's typing is so significantly worse than Scizor's. So, also, Scizor has a Mega, and you're bringing Scyther. So, like, no, I disagree. I get your point. I disagree. Now, it still evolves, we take those. Look, it should count, because it's a new species. Yeah, no. It should count because it's a new species, in my opinion. And if they don't count it as a new species, then what the fuck? Okay. Let's focus on the birds, buddy. Why aren't birds? They will. Yeah, no, they should. Okay. I want to see if I can make... I have 90 to... I have 1.5 to 2 hours-ish. By the way, where do I find the sheet with Hall of Fame? Google is not helping me. Oh, thank you, Mango. You're ahead of me. Okay. So first off, with the Kyogre now, I forgot to import the team here. Actually, should go do that real quick. Where did I put my team on my end? It is not here. Did I close it? I think I closed it. Shouldn't have done that. Or it's something new. Did I? Oh no, I didn't. Override team. Here we go. They recently did an update new to this. It's fairly up to date. Yeah, no, I saw like, the last time I checked it was at 99 and it's now at like 117 or something. So they did a massive update. Okay, let's go back and front. Okay. Now, for what it's worth, some of these colorations aren't exactly correct because I have the base levels written down for most things. So, like, this is still level 72 Scizor, so there might still be a reason to use it. Same with Scyther. Actually, Scyther here into Superior looks surprisingly good. I might need Choice Scarf, but, like, Scyther is genuinely a bring here. A bring to consider here. And that frees up my Mega. Shout out to little MLO who did the update and made it easier to edit, apparently. Huh. Yeah, I know little MLO did a lot of the heavy lifting there, but yeah. Like, I already knew that, so, like, props to them for keeping this up to date to begin with. We're past 100 and it's still being kept up to date. Now it's just waiting on the Peach Owl video to update. Is he still doing that? He should still be doing that. Maybe little MLO has like a little My Goat EQ on the sheet. Okay, so for the Kyogre, there was a very simple thing. I have a fighting gem that I was gonna consume here. Fake out into CC kills. And that means Kyogre is not scary. So also sheet with all the mons that are not champed yet. There is, but it's far less well kept up. I have one, but it might very well be outdated. Let's see. I should probably just... I don't know if this has been updated with the new shit, but here. I don't know how up to date this is. This is the most recent one I have. Works for me. I can cross reference with the other one. Exactly. I'm surprised Overkrill never made the sheet. Never made the Hall of Fame actually. Same with Corviknight. I am so surprised Corviknight never made it on, because Corviknight is so good through a lot of the game, right? It's terrible in the E4 probably, and I get that. It's just, for how much value I know Corviknight can get, yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, has been updated maybe. Ooh, neat. Oh yeah, it has been. Nice. Someone on Chinese sheet has brought Corv, if I remember correctly. None of the Reggies have been brought. Can you get the Reggies? Wait, I didn't even know that. You can get the Reggies? Huh. That is so weird and so unique. Someone brought Reggies on New Game Plus E4 as a sleep bot. I feel like Reggies could do something in Drake. Include Relicanth and Whaler. Oh, that is such a weird... Are they then unique locations? Like, are they... Are the locations that you get the Reggies the new locations? I mean, I believe in... I don't remember what it is in vanilla. So that's why I ask. Because I genuinely still have the resources to get both of those, I believe. So it would be a funny thing to do. Not sure, that's a good question. Yeah. No, I cannot get a Wailord anymore. Can I get a Wilmer, maybe? No, my chance for a Wilmer has passed, so it's not even. I'm not even gonna do that. Gonna do the cryptic Reggie Ruin stuff. Yeah, no, I know that much. You have to delay pre-Brawly routes. So, pre-Brawly routes? For Wilmer. Oh, yeah, no, sure. I learned something new today with that. 109 as Wailord. I see. Yeah. Okay. Let's get the focus back on. We have about 2 hours to do this. Let's see if we can make it work in 2 hours. You can do specifically unless you're specifically aiming for it. Again, every Reggie gets explosion. I mean, yeah, no, I get that. I get that Regis and that all of them get explosion. Oh, they have like a just blatant 4-move moveset. I did not expect that. So they're just boom bots. So what you're saying is there's a chance. So catching one without Master Ball seems unlikely. I'm gonna look up if it's same as base game. I am curious if Regirock. Let's go see if it's Route 111. It's specifically Desert Ruins. So I think they would be unique encounter locations. Imagine Regirock could do stuff if you get it. I feel like Registeel was honestly the best one. As just a general soak. Maybe not for E4 specifically, but like... after, like, I feel like they could probably do some shit in Victory Road. They would count as unique location. Yeah, no, yeah, it does look that way. So you get 3 extra encounters that way. That is so cool. Steel was a sleep bot, basically for E4. Yeah, no, like, for E4, I don't expect Registeel to be good. Registeel has 2 different ways to kill itself on encounter. Does it have Steel Beam? It has Steel Beam. Yup, okay. That's just funny. Okay. Distraction and diversion over Archie. For Kyogre, Sneasler looks like it should be just the answer. That's why part of the reason why we gave you the Adamant Nature. It will bait an overquote clicking one of Gunk Shot or Waterfall, though I guess with a... That is never going to change, actually. It's always going to be one of those 2 moves, no matter what happens. Actually, no, in the rain, it is a chance for it to be that. If I scale the defense... I could, in theory, bait Guaranteed Waterfall if I am fine investing another scale into Sneasler. Because then I can guarantee Waterfall. And that gives me a safer switch in. That gives me like a Galiss pivot, right? Yeah, that gives me a safe Galiss pivot if I can guarantee that. Giving me a pivot to Torterra, who can take the Gunk Shot and Earthquake for kill. It will mean... It's usually skewed to Choice Banding with Overkill here after Gully Emergency Exit if you need Deathless. Right! I forgot I got a Barraskewda now. Does it even work for me, though? Nope! Min-attack Barraskewda coming in crutch. I guess he can come in on a Waterfall, too? Choice Bend doesn't do the trick, though. This is in rain already. Look, this is the liquidation damage in rain. Coming in Crush might be the best thing I've heard all week. I've seen that elsewhere. I think I saw that in another person's chat. $46.9 flip turn. Yup. Flip turn into liquidation. I mean, yes, it does do the trick. How do you get it in a second time, though? Like, how do you get it in? Max attack doesn't either, if I remember correctly. Out of fucking morbid curiosity. Adamant is a range. I don't know, Sword Dancer sack. Yeah. That's probably, he's gotta guarantee a waterfall somehow. I mean, I can skill Sneasler's defense. If I do that, I can guarantee waterfall. And Sneasler is a bring anyway, and his defense was like 8, so I don't mind it. It's not the greatest skill, but it's a fine skill. You can't waterfall? What? What do you mean you can't waterfall? No, guarantee that Barracuda comes in on a waterfall, because you can do that. You can live 1 crit waterfall. I also can't do the back half. I see. Do you need him for the back half? You need him for Swampert probably, right? Yeah, you need him to 1v1 the Swampert probably. Got it. Sure. It doesn't even do the Swampert though. Do we have Gren or no? No, I don't have Gren. You need him for Zapdos? Really? Zapdos? I feel like I have an answer for Zapdos, and it's Ampy. It baits Weather Ball, but I can live crit Weather Ball, and like Hurricane is close, but at 89 it is guaranteed to be 2 live Hurricanes. Swamp is also a 2-hit. Yes, it is a 2-hit, but it's a 1-shot in return. Hurricane Confuse. No, I get that. But Ampy coming in on Thunder or Hurricane. Oh wait, no, I cannot live that actually. I need that to be a sack. Ampy our goat gets confused turn 2. It's a chance, yeah. 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 Sneasler is too slow for the Superior to be a choice. I do think I want to bring... Oh, wow. Yeah, but that is... That's not a thing. That is not a thing. Unless I show a kill, I guess. Huh. I think it's these 4. Because a pre-toxic Scyther easily takes on Superior. No, actually, pre-toxic Choice Scarf or Choice Scarf Scyther handles him. Oh, this guy also has like low IVs though for defenses. Not for defenses only though. Its attack and its speed are pretty good. The Avenger squad for this fight is B, Skuda, Gren, Galissapod, Steel, and something that helps B do Kyogre or does Kyogre into good baiting. I see. Yeah, so on my end, I think so the Avenger squad here, I have 1 of those. 2, okay, no, I have 2 of those, but my B is so fucking slow and so fucking weak. He doesn't even outspeed this superior. So it's not even that good. You need exactly element 31 attack by Rescued after 2 pivots or to one-shot the Quill and kill Zapdos after Togedemaru fake out sadly. I see. Okay. Oh, that's a Monka. Yeah. Yep. It's why I was looking at Scyther instead. Though, I guess at that point, why not just bring Beedrill? It does the same thing. A pre-toxic Beedrill does the same thing as a pre-toxic Scyther. But Beedrill does it in one shot, and Scyther still needs 2 hits. So I guess that kind of solidifies me needing Beedrill. Yeah, okay, so Sneasler, Beedrill, Skuda, Golisopod. That's currently what the squad looks like. So I take out Kyogre with Fake Out CC. Have the Fighting Gem consumed for that. That was kind of the plan already. In comes Overqwil with a skill. I can guarantee Waterfall, otherwise I need to do something else. But Waterfall is probably a good skill, so I Flip Turn, baiting Throat Chop or Gunk Shot though. I have Krook who can take that, I guess. And in most circumstances should bait Waterfall again. Do I have a better choice? Like a Dark... Berserker baits both Throat Chop and Waterfall, so no. This is probably my only choice. And does Gully not just take both for emergency exit? Not Gunk Shot, not Throat Chop. I need an intermediate pivot. I need to guarantee Waterfall if I want to do that. Gunk Shot just does too much to me. So, no, not really. I needed to, like, Throat Chop in theory could be fine, and with a few levels I can probably live a crit afterwards, but it's risky. I basically need it to be Waterfall, and I think I can guarantee that with Krook, because I bring him down to -1. No, I cannot guarantee that with Krook, but I guess I could also do a sacrifice there. Or is there something else that can maybe take both? I mean... Huh! Hold up. This genuinely looks like play. Because I let him come in on a flip turn. And that will be at least 1 tick of Life Orb gone. So that's another 27, so I'd be at 120. And then I show an Ice Cold Crash kill. Avalok doesn't quite 1v1. Because of the whole Sword Dance, but Avalok can finish him off. Because Avalanche will always kill there. And at 89, with a Helpetia. Oh, wait. He's at -1. Damn it! Never mind. Avalok does not 1v1 the Overqwil. He was so intimidated. Isn't it just raw switch to Avalok from Sneasler or on Waterfall and then chip with Avalanche? If it's Sword Dances, it's Sagalug and then Fast KO with full HP Skuda. No. Those HP ranges don't look good. Nope. I guess with a citrus, I do kind of guarantee that I live water fall into gunk shot, no? But I might bait a sword dance, but I can always gyro ball the first turn. No, I think there's still something there. I think there's still something there. Just dodging gunk crit. I mean, it's not even dodging. It's dodging. It's dodging gunk high roll crit specifically. Unless I used Galist to get Avalok in instead, and then use like Gyro Ball twice or something. Then I don't need to dodge a gunk crit. That might work. Could I increase? No, Gyro Ball's already at max damage. I kind of figured, but just good to check. Because then I can definitely just Waterfall or Liquidation, or maybe even Flip turn for kill. If I do the same line with the Barraskewda, but instead go to Avalok straight away, I can Gyro Ball, and either Avalok can take the kill, or if he dies to like Gunk Shot into Gunk Shot, or like a Sword Dance into Gunk Shot or whatever. Does Sneezer not outspeed Superior? No. Nope. I need a speed boosting nature for that. Because Superior is timid, and we're not. I could switch in and Poison Jab it. I mean, I can look at what Poison Jab does. Fake Out into Poison Jab is not enough, sadly. Barely, I might add. So no, that's sadly not an option. But the B does just take on Superior easily. And should, for all intents and purposes, be at full HP. Maybe not full, but full enough. And then I bait in Zapdos, going for Hurricane, maybe Thunder. This is the main, like the Zapdos looks like the biggest demon. Let's do a watch party, shall we? Of like some other runners and how they did it. Because I am curious. Actually, not doing that too quickly. I don't want to. VOD watching, exactly. Run and Bun. Archie. Let's see, we have Biona Mill. Buy 1 mil. We have Smand. We have Squirk. And we have Archie. Here, let's do Flygons for now. They just had Adamant 31 attack Skewda. Oh, this is the old one. Pretty sack heavy, yeah. Let's see. Archie, Seafloor Cavern from Squirk. It's gonna be pretty sack heavy for me. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I kind of figured as much. Okay. Weavile, that is... Oh, that's his capture. Let's see. He keeps going. Where is it? Ah, here. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we can find any inspiration. 999 hours. Don't forget to pre-damage Sneasler to guarantee Waterfall and never Sword Dance on the Switch. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I should be fine on that. Let's see what he does. He does Big Dick B, U-turn, Origin Pulsing, getting a Leaf Storm, yeah. Then he goes and sacks Mian Xiao with after a Fake Out. And then KOs it. Then he has a faster Mon to KO it. B-Drill. It's U-turn B-Drill all the way down, basically. And a Cusp Berry. And then that. And then he uses Gyarados. Gyarados is honestly not even a bad shot for me. Because Gyarados does just sit on the Swampert pretty well. He's a little weak. He's a little too weak for my liking. I'm just gonna do swagger shenanigans, I guess. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That isn't. So you mentioned like, oh yeah, you need to guarantee liquidation. I'm gonna drop to -1 defense anyway. And even if I max my defense, I always bait Waterfall. So I don't need to pre-damage for that specifically. And this is still assuming I scale the defense on Sneasler, which it looks necessary to get the line to be consistent, because I don't really have anything better for the Kyogre. Ampharos ain't it. So Swampert, you could just use Gyara first and then chip it a little. Yeah, no, something like that. Don't you also have Scooter in the back to pivot on liquidation here? Yeah, no, exactly. But this team, right now, if this were the 6 brings, I have nothing for Zapdos and I have nothing for Aegislash. I guess with Barraskewda I have a little something, but there's also the fact that I can get staticked, right? What other moves does Barraskewda get, actually? Because I am 100% removing that laser focus. It's probably Dive for now. Scooter could get staticked. Yeah, no, exactly. And that would just screw me right on over. In general, like this team doesn't do Zapdos. So I need something else for the Zapdos. Dragapult doesn't do shit here. He might help for Aegislash, I guess. B not two-shot Kyogre. I mean, yes, but I don't have U-turn on him. So we could drop Sneasler. So if I were to have U-turn, doesn't want two-shot the Kyogre. I could skill for U-turn, sure, But it is not a 2-shot. Unless I leech life after. In which case, I bait overkill clicking random fucking moves, so... So no, that's not an option. There's also the fact that there's nothing for Beedrill to switch into. So... Yeah, no, I have no clue here. Like, B doesn't even look all that good to begin with. If I'm being honest. Considering it being slower than Superior anyway, I would need to invest a heavy amount of skills to make this Beedrill anything, like, worth any salt. Gully emergency exit for Kyogre and hope he has enough HP to get a second emergency exit on Quill. Yeah, so the issue is Origin Pulse can crit kill. And I can absolutely get Origin Pulse. So that's not even an option to begin with. No, Sneasler is like my only option for the Kyogre. The only other thing I could see happen is like Ampharos, maybe? But I basically need to paralyze it. Or I need to like Thunder Wave, then Thunder, but then Cusset Berry comes into play. But I could then not run Fighting Gym, but just Muscle Band, maybe? And Fake Out for kill. And that will bait Zapdos. Or I could do the same with... No, but this bait's guaranteed Hurricane, but I don't want to see Hurricane is the thing. So Avalok is out. Let's get that out of the way. Avalok is gone. I actually am like the role of Avalok can also kind of be done by Torterra. I just need to... Does Empress Mega not guarantee Ice Beam turn 2? Yes. Yes, that's why you paralyze it first. So you can paralyze, take the hit, Thunder, and then sack it. That was the idea. But I guess that also causes a lot of... Thunder switch to Gully with Aspire on Ice Beam and First Impression KOB is strat. Actually no, because Origin Pulse does this. And then Gully HP might be good enough to get an emergency exit later in the fight. Yeah. No. Cause this. I bait random move after an Origin Pulse. And that first turn, I guarantee Origin Pulse. Even if this were to high roll, like the chance of him also clicking Origin Pulse are astronomical. Yeah. And I believe Origin Pulse cannot miss, right? Origin Pulse. Nope, it cannot miss. Yeah, no, so this looks insurmountable with Ampy. It has to be that Sneasler line, kind of. Let's work backwards for a bit, right? So, for Swampert, my answer is probably a combination of Barraskewda. Probably a combination of Barraskewda with Flip Turn. I guess if Barraskewda baits is like full HP against Swampert, he does guarantee Earthquake, giving me a free switch into Gyarados. Who could then... I was gonna say Water Gem, Waterfall, but that's not quite enough. And Skill Shot does not make me faster, so... I guess because I then bait Liquidation, I cannot go to Skuda, actually. Never mind. This doesn't work out the way I wanted to, but it is an option. Skuda plus Gyarados does seem to be able to handle the Swampert. Skuda is probably really good into Overquill still. I just need to find like what the answer. What the way is to get Barraskewda in twice safely. And it might just be like Golisopod twice over, but that means I fully used up my Golisopod at that point. Stop lowering that speed. Let's save changes. I need Skuda, I need Sneasler. I might need B, but let's put B down for now. Gyarados, Galis. Okay, so here's my idea, right? Here is my idea. Sneasler, 1v1s. Baits the waterfall. I take the waterfall with Golisopod, and I can always get an emergency exit back from that. Golisopod comes in, flip turns. Oh, but that's not waterfall. That's Gunk Shot or Throat Chop. I forgot about that. I suppose Sneasler can take that. But then it baits random move. And I do not want to risk my Sneasler whatsoever. Not to mention Gunk Shot can crit kill. Pretty easily, in fact. And using a sack right there is not really a choice. The only thing I could do is use Avalok there, I guess, but then I'm out of options for the Aegislash. I guess Sneasler does do shit into Aegislash sometimes. Because he'll be in Shield. Why is both? Thing. Interesting. So that might unironically be my answer for Aegis. Sneasler? He could always double King Shield, except no he cannot. Because if I bring in Sneasler on either Flash Cannon or Shadow Ball, it shows a kill. Meaning he will never go for King Shield, he will instead go for Shadow Ball or Flash Cannon, and then knockoff is just a kill. Right? And if he King Shielded the first turn, I can just fake out and flub. Right? And wait for him to either autonomize. Oh, but that is the issue. Yeah, no, that's an issue. Still, so Sneasler does pull double duty with the Aegislash. If I guarantee that I come in on an attack, he pulls the double duty. It does mean Zapdos probably comes in and baits a random fucking move. But yeah, wouldn't you just have to guarantee switching in? Would just have to guarantee switching in on an attack. Exactly. And with Barraskewda, I can probably make that work. Either that, or I can just, like, flip turn into Kingdom Come and wait until he did something else. If he autonomized there, well, my flip turn did significant enough damage to where knockoff would kill even if he... Yeah, would even kill the shield form. Switching is wonky to determine, I believe it only checks for killing rolls from shield damage. That sounds about right. Yeah, because the base form is shield. I know the same thing happens with the Minior. So, Yeah, no, I believe that. I should save this real quick, actually. Okay, done that. I think I'm kind of out of ideas for now. I think I'm gonna recuperate for today. And just start looking for solutions myself. Look up some inspiration. See if I can find any ideas. And then, if I can find a way to solve the Zapdos in the remaining slots I would have. If I can make like these 4 handle 4 mons, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 probably. And then I need just 1 slot. I only have 1 slot to take on the Zapdos, but if I can find that 1 slot solution, then I would be fine. There's also the fact that like, oh, I click Beedrill here for the Serperior, but there's also Scyther, right? So if I need a Mega somewhere, I still have that option. Altaria Tailwind on Serperior. That sounds like a potential idea. I'm gonna think about that. For now, I will just bring you guys over to someone who is doing a little bit more interesting stuff. Let's see if there's anyone streaming right now. Play Hearthstone? Yeah, no, I don't care for that. Oh, Mango is streaming right now. Let's rate Mango. Let's bring you guys over to Mango for now. And say thank you all for watching, for everyone that joined for a bit. And until next time, see you guys around. And bye-bye for now. See you soon, hopefully.